So guys, everybody wants to know where our real estate client is going, where we are today, and what we see as a projection for the future. And I think the biggest key to know is that here in Maryland, we're still in what I would call a really stable and strong market. Year over year, we're seeing ourselves at right around 2.4 to 2.7% growth over last year. When we look at the same time last year, we're seeing that increase in value, and our average Maryland home is selling for around $446,000. Now that's a big change from where we were 5 and 10 years ago. And I think that's the key to remember. We're in a growth market, and with a lot of strength, we can position ourselves to continue to do that. But what is that going to mean for our sales in the next 12 months? Well, I think there's a lot of things that are guiding the next 12 months in Maryland real estate. And the first and foremost is probably the shift of inventory towards a little bit more of a balanced market. We're seeing extended times on the market from the time that we put a property on the market till the time that it goes under contract by comparison to years prior. And what that means is a little bit more opportunity for a buyer to slow down, take pace, and really figure out what's going to be the best fit for them. It's a little bit more for a seller on the onus to price the property correctly and really be competitive. But ultimately, it gives us a huge opportunity to understand where we're going and what that's going to mean for us. Like, where are we going with mortgage rates? If you paid attention to anything in the last couple of weeks, we saw the Fed lowered the rate one more time in 2025. And what we see heading into the new year is probably what I would call a little bit of market stabilization. They're going to hold off on making any major changes until we see where the real estate market and all of the other economic markets go as we approach into the new year. We're also going to see some challenges of affordability approaching 2026. With our average median home coming up about $100,000 more than it were 10 years ago, that's a gracious challenge for a family in today's market, especially if we're talking about first-time home buyers. We have a huge challenge in economic trends that may impact what we do as far as our pricing drive, our buyer demand, and what that might mean for our growth in our market. But ultimately, we're seeing and we're projecting to see moderate growth as a strong, sustainable market here in Maryland, not being influenced by large things like corporations and other outside factors. The median price is going to grow by somewhere in the range of 1% to 3% year over year as it did in 2025. And we're going to see a little bit more of a balanced market as we have in 2025, which is great because if you think about it, we're looking at about a 3-month supply in the housing market, which means the buyer demand is good for a balanced market, and the sellers coming into the market are bringing a substantial amount of value to balance that push and pull, giving a little bit more control and a little bit more expectation for those buyers that aren't quite as affordable. But we know that those challenges are going to persist, and we do anticipate some changes at the federal level as the buyers are approaching the market and seeing how that's going to play out in the spring. But ultimately, what this means is that we're reapproaching what I consider to be the average Maryland market, right? 3 to 4 months of supply, a good affordability range with lots of opportunity for buyers to get into every price range, ranging from $200,000 to $2 million. There's a lot of opportunity out there in the market. And if you do need anything, you know where to reach us so we can answer your specific questions. But if you need it, PM, DM, or subscribe at the link below. And we'll talk to you real soon. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. For more information on the housing market, Real Estate 101, how you can leverage your position in today's market, and so much more, click on the link below. If you like this video or have a burning real estate question you'd like us to answer, leave us a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you again real soon.